So hello guys, my name is Shivam Pandey and you are watching me on Discord and Anchor YouTube channel. And from today we are beginning with the new lead code series. And in this series, what we are going to do is that we are going to solve some lead code questions. And from today, I'm taking a very easy question and I'm starting with some easy questions because it will develop some confidence into you. And when you are going to see the solution and when you are going to solve these questions in your laptop, you are going to develop some confidence and which will help you to solve more questions and would develop a sense of positivity in yourself and confidence in yourself for solving such type of questions. Also, I would say that if you are solving lead code, give at least 20 to 30 minutes before seeing the solution. And if you are just jumping on the solution, if you are not getting the question, this is completely wrong and it will not be effective for you. I would say that give some time to the problem. Take a paper and pen and try to write down only the mathematical solution for the question. And if you get a solution, then try to calculate out the code version of that solution. Right. So now, without wasting any time, now let us begin with the solution of this question. Which is question number 69, square root of function x. So sorry, square root of given number x. So now let us see that what the question says. Given a non-negative integer x, return the square root of x rounded down to the nearest integer. The returned integer should be non-negative as well. You must not use any built-in exponent function or operator. For example, do not use power of x, comma 0.5 in C++ or x star star 0.5 in Python. We have given two test cases as first input is x equal to 4 and the square root of x 4 would be 2, and the second one we have been given input as 8 and the square root of 8 is not exactly a complete or a perfect integer, but it is close to, I would say, 2.8, which is close to 3. But now here we are what taking? We are taking the closest integer backwards. So we have to take the one number which is one minus from that number. I hope that you are getting what I'm saying. So for the example of 8, we are going to get a number of 2. Yeah, so the 2 is the nearest integer, which is rounded off when. And I hope that this question is very clear. We have to do nothing, but we have to calculate out the square root of function without using any function operator of a without using the predefined function in the languages like C++, Python, or Java. There are various functions like square root, sqrt in C++ or C, which we can use to find out square root. But here we are not going to do that. We are going to find a different solution for this. One case is this question can be solved in multiple ways because coders use multiple ways to solve these type of questions. One can be if you are using multiple if and if else cases. Sorry, not if else cases, but if and you are making multiple if conditions, and if you are and if these are not satisfying, then you return a else where you return the original x value. This can be also a solution, but I think so that the complexity of this question would be very high because if a question can be solved in just a single loop, the complexity of this question would be uh, lesser, I would say. I have tried this question beforehand, and I'm going to share the solution which I found the minimalist in the out of all the solutions I tried. So we are using the language as C++. So we are going to create a class which is class solution to solve this question. Sorry, and in the class solution, I am making public because all the solutions which I am going to do here should be public or it should be anything you want. Like you can choose any specific access specify here. But in my suggestion, if you are using lead code, make public solutions only because we are not encrypting or doing abstraction or something here. We are only solving the question. So for here, these access specifiers come when you actually work in companies and something. So for now, let us keep it public only. and we are making a function which is int my square root, and we are going to pass a parameter x here, which is the input which is we are going to get from the user. So till now we have made this structure, and now let us think that what is the square of a number. For a square of a number, I can simply say that the square of a number is the multiplication of the number by itself. Right? For example, I say 4. So 4 is basically nothing but multiplication of 2 into 2, right? And if I take the example of 9, so 9 is the multiplication of 3 by itself, which is 3 into 3 equal to 9. Now, if I take numbers between 4 to 9, for example, if I take 7, if I take 8, or anything number which I take, so these are not the numbers whose perfect square exists, or whose perfect square root exists, to be precise. So if we are going to calculate out the square root, we will get a rounded off number or a decimal number, and we have to convert it into a number which is the nearest integer number. Yeah, so I can say that if I found out for example, if I take the case of 8, in the case of 8, the nearest square value is 9. And if I subtract 1 from it, then I get a number which is 2, because 3 into 3 is 9. And if I subtract 1 from 3, then I get 2. And this is the number which I needed. For example, if I take 5 also, then the 5 nearest square number would be 9, and I would just subtract 1 from it, and I would get the same number, which is 2. So I think so this logic works for me in this code. And now let us see how we would be going to implement this. So what we are going to do is we are just initializing I equal to 0, sorry, and we are making one loop which is I. Also here we have to look upon the constraint, because the constraint is very big and we are working upon floating values also. So we have to make the I as long here, because the constraint is very high, to the power 31 minus 1. So long I star I less than equal to x, right? And I plus plus, and yeah, return return what will be returning? Return I minus 1, because we have to subtract 1. So what I taught you in this before, I'm just writing the simple things, and let us see that it runs or not. Yeah, so it is running perfectly, and it has passed both the cases. Now let us submit this and see what happens. Yeah, so this is perfect, and in Leetcode, I have observed one thing, that if you submit it multiple times, the the parameters change here, and yeah, if you see, yeah, it has beaten now more people's, and it has beaten around 87%. And if you submit it once again, then I think so that it will automatically increase. It is not a problem that you what you get here. For example, see, the runtime has decreased and it has also increased. So this is not a problem to worry about. The main focus about the questions should be that you have to develop the problem solving skills only. Do not worry about this runtime and everything. This is normal and you can develop it anytime you want. But develop the logic behind these questions. Right. So thank you for this, and let us meet in the upcoming very next video that I'm going to solve this lead code questions once again. So thank you for watching this video and have a good day.